What's up, guys? Today we have the one and only Govind. Govind, all the way from India, South India. The general himself, the man. We met him at film school. The DP, the lighting guy, the writer. Yo, Govind, what don't you do?
As a filmmaker, I just don't make money.
Hey, that's the reality, though. Can you talk about? Obviously, we want to dive into you a little bit first, but we can even start about that. Why do you feel as if some filmmakers struggle off, the first rip of doing films and stuff? They struggle to make money.
Let me just start with there's one filmmaker, an indie filmmaker from my state. His name is Krishant. One of the interviews he recently gave, it's on YouTube. He was telling about a lot of indie filmmakers and a lot of people. If you need to have a practical life, you need to have second job, and the difference between culture in India and in Western, culture like a country like US is, we were not, trained to be self-reliant much, in the olden times where our parents used to, spoon feed and make us learn a lot of stuff. We used to rely, until the college gets over, we used to rely on our parents, like most of them. Things are changing now in India, but whereas something which I really admire about this country is as soon as students or people reach high school, they have already start thinking about how to start earning. So they are already self-reliant, and this is something which the word self-reliant, surprisingly, I learned from a chapter which I learned about from the autobiography of Gandhi. It was the first chapter, first lesson in my 10th grade book. So,
Nice.
but unfortunately, at that point, I knew what Gandhi meant to say, but we were never.
We didn't have to
We
put
didn't
it
have.
into
Yeah,
practice.
we didn't have a chance to.
You think it's a type of like religion and family structure that says we're gonna support the kids
I would
until
say.
a certain age?
I would say it's family structure for sure.
Yeah.
It's something which comes from the family. So when I was like, after I read that chapter, I remember talking to I was jokingly telling my parents, what if I go to the nearest store? I used to buy candies from a store, sip-ups and candies from that store. I was like jokingly telling them, like, can I work in that store and get some pocket money and something
Yeah.
like that? And they were like, ooh, no, you study. You got to study.
Right.
We're going to pay. You're going to, study.
We got
You
you.
got to learn, B.Tech and then M.Tech
Yep.
and then things like that. So that's Indian parenting. But I still love the education system. Whatever they did, it has its flaws, but it has its great things too. So
That
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, on that topic of like, how parents reflect on us and, even in a filmmaker space. This one filmmaker did a film called Believe. It's about this, young filmmaker who is kind of, ambitious and wants to create art, and his parents are his dad in this case is kind of discouraging him
yeah,
and, kind of puts him through the ringer a little bit because, that's kind of been the modern trope growing up, we parents are always like, oh, you need to go to Harvard Law School, whatever. I want to be a rapper. I want to be whatever, content creator or filmmaker. And then they kind of don't see that because, they don't see that as making money because you're not making money the first, couple years you're doing it. Right. So then, they kind of, they only have so much bandwidth to see that as a vision because you're ultimately seeing your vision. Like no one else
Crystal
can see.
clear.
Yeah, no one else could see your vision unless like you kind of paint that picture. So like you can only paint so much of the picture at a time. So, it's just about who believes in you and does not.
And self-reliance, believing in yourself. You know, believe in yourself so much that you can equip yourself with what it needs to be sufficient and, you know, sustainable.
This is one thing which the story about story of belief is something which a lot of youngsters in India, right from millennials. I'm a millennial, and
Welcome. Yo, clap it up for Govind. He's a millennial.
I've seen a lot of decades here. So what I'm trying to say is like when I was growing up, we had to. This is a very common thing in India. We had to become an engineer or doctor, and then or MBA graduate, and then figure out what is you're passionate about, and then what do you want to do. So our parents always try to make ourselves, safe first, and then figure out. So
Passion later, passion second.
Many of them crack it. Many of them finish the degree and start working, and then get into the loop of the society pressure or the corporate culture, and then they are like switch to passion, or they stick to their jobs.
Right.
But there are a lot of people who drop out in between. They become rebels, and then some of them become really successful.
Rebels,
Yeah.
So you have to be a bit rebellious, maybe
for
to chase your dreams
That
as
race.
a youngster.
Yeah, most definitely, right? But what was that leap for you like when you were like, this passion of mine needs to become a reality, needs to become a career?
So I've told this story to a lot of people, but when I was in my 12th grade, I remember searching internet and searching about filmmaking, film schools and everything. This is way back in 2006, 2005 or 6, and then I went to the inquiry page of Los Angeles Film School, and I sent them an inquiry, and almost a month later, I got a brochure
That's
of the
sick.
film school.
2006.
Still, I
Bro,
still
that was when the
have.
film was
It's almost 20 years ago.
booming.
I still have that brochure.
For real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, excited them time there.
Yeah, and that was the first time my parents realized that I'm serious about film school or something
that.
like
For
that.
sure, yeah.
Or maybe I'm interested in it. But they were like, finish the engineering and then you can figure out. Is what my dad said.
Tough.
That was a bad move. I did my engineering and electrical and electronics engineering. A lot of my classmates, even in engineering, knows that. I sucked at it. I was really bad at it. My course got over in 2010, but I got my degree certificate in 2016 because I was working.
In
For-
between,
in
and
between.
drag it out.
And thing with universities in India is like if you fail a subject, at that point of time, you can still move on to the next semester, and you can write the papers along with your current exams.
Add it on.
Yeah, some of the universities. Most of the universities, they are like, okay, if you have 3 back papers, then you cannot
Right.
continue. You have to finish them
much.
and only then finish it. So what happened is like by the time I was, on my 8th semester, that is final semester, I had to write 23 papers, on my list. So I had an exam in the morning, I had an exam in the evening, I had 2 exams at the same time. So I had to choose which one to write, things like that. So it took a lot on me, personally, it was stressful. But what I did is like, I want to be a realistically, I wanted to keep on doing things. So what I did is like, as soon as my college got over, instead of sitting and studying on these back papers, I was also working. So in 2011, I worked for McAfee, the antivirus. So I used to sit at night.
Oh, the antivirus.
Yeah, McAfee antivirus.
Yeah.
I used to work for a company called Sutherland, who used to be a tech support for McAfee, and I used to talk to all these, customers in US.
Oh, shoot.
And they used to say like, oh, my computer is crashed. I don't know what to do.
Govind's just like,
And
I'm
I
a
was
Superman
like,
today, you know.
Don't
Calm
worry,
down.
I am there to help you out. We had a script to follow.
Interested. So you're
But
a
this
paid
is
actor.
this is one of the great things. Like I had a training from this company about the communicative English. So apart from my schooling, a lot of people do not know that most of the Indian schools are they're English medium schools, and English is a first language in India.
Oh.
So most of them who goes to school complete their degree or something, they already know English very much.
Wow.
So I had a very good level of English proficiency right after my schooling, but this made me even better because right now they are training you communicative English. So this is something which I am so grateful about. My
Facts.
5 months in that tech support job,
Facts.
overnight
Yeah,
job.
nice.
True. To speak to particularly North Americans.
Yeah.
Because so the Indian film industry is booming.
Yep.
What are some of the inspirations you got growing up? Did you watch a lot of movies, or was it more just your environment that felt like a movie and you're like, this should be captured?
I would definitely tell that most of the Indians, okay, like unless you are a very, very workaholic person or you are from a very, very poor background, poverty still is there here and there in India for sure. Although it is one of the, getting better countries in the world right now. But the film culture is already there, and a lot of people, especially when you are in metropolitan cities. So I
Yeah.
used to work in Bangalore. All of my friends, they used to go for movies in the weekends. So, and the thing with being a South Indian is we always have to learn a lot of languages. Either by nature or by from school or whatever, because the most popular language is Hindi in India. But we also have our mother tongue language. And then our language, my language is Malayalam, for example. It derived from Tamil. So I know Tamil. I had to learn Hindi. So I also watch English. So suddenly there are so much language. But I used to stay in Bangalore. And Bangalore is a state. The state of Bangalore is Karnataka. So I stayed in Bangalore for 8 years. So I learned Kannada through my job. So right now I know like 5 or 6 languages, and I used to watch all these movies. And I used to go with a lot of friends who are from different cultures or different states or different ethnicities. So I used to love watching movies. Yeah, for sure, most of them were with subtitles
sure.
or open captions. But I had a inclination about filmmaking. But I used to have friends who are not at all into filmmaking. Yeah, they used to watch. Watching movies were like a hobby thing for them. It's like a weekend outing thing.
Oh,
So-
you mean they didn't like the behind the scenes of making a movie, but they would watch it for entertainment?
Yeah.
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 So these films were in what language?
I come from Kerala, Kerala or Kerala. The language of Kerala is Malayalam. My short film, Kadima the Caregiver, which I did for NIFA as a student thesis, it's a Malayalam movie, which I'm proud. One of the Malayalam short films I'm super proud to show in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But Malayalam is a very, it has a very, on a base level, it has a indie culture, although they have grown up so much exponentially in terms of the content in the past years. Their quality of filmmaking is top notch, very competitive, coming from a very small state.
Yeah.
It's like, how would I say, South Korean versus Hollywood is how people would tell about Malayalam versus Hindi.
Yeah.
Hindi is the biggest film industry in India, hands down. but because of the wide audience, because people from Pakistan or Dubai, UAE or Middle Eastern countries or Afghanistan, they all watch Hindi because Hindi and Urdu are similar, so they all can understand. If you go in LA, you meet a lot of Armenians or people like that
Yep.
who already knows Hindi,
Yep.
who already watch Hindi movies. Um, but when you compare Hollywood versus South Korean, I always state it's not a proper comparison. But then Malayalam industry is like it has very strong,
Strong contenders.
screenplays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stuff, some of the films you showed us.
Yeah.
You want to mention any?
Oh, I was showing you Brahmayugam. It was
Right.
a horror film.
Right.
Because you
The
guys
black
love
and white
Yeah.
one.
black and white one.
That looked good.
I was also showing other language films like Kantara.
Kantara looked good.
Kantara is
That's the one.
And the crazy thing about all those is like the budget for that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these budgets you're saying like $1 million, $3 million, into that like look good
Yeah.
Yeah.
for that much.
Proper.
It's like $3 million in the U.S. or like whatever for a budget, just like some student project, you know?
Literally.
So here's one thing which one of the filmmaker told me, like when you're limited with your resources, that's when the creativity can
Fully.
be better.
Yeah, man.
When you have a $10,000 screenplay, but your producer comes and tells like, hey, I have only like $1,000. What can you do with it? Can you shoot a movie? And then suddenly your DIY
You're
mind
innovative.
works, right? And you assemble the whole best crew, your friends and people and everything. And Malayalam industry, as far as I know, is all about the teamwork. When the movie is so good, the content is so good, people, regardless of where they are, what status they are, they all come together for the project.
Yep.
And of course, the work hours are atrocious, or it's very crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No.
And
taxing
the
on the
crafties
money.
is just like non-existent.
Is the craft is good? What's the craft is like?
Oh, we never worry about food or anything at all. That's not a big problem at all,
Right.
because the concept of crafties is snacks is what
Right.
we have during the evenings. But whatever they say is like a meal cost of a meal would be like $1 or $2
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
India.
Yeah, no.
And especially in South India. So it's most of the parts in North India it's cheaper too.
So you eat a proper food for lunch.
Yeah,
Cooked food.
yeah, food.
Steaming,
Steaming.
good to go.
So food is never a big problem.
Right then.
It is always about renting the equipment or
It's the equipment.
the people paying them.
Skilled professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unlike LA, permit thing is still
Oh, really?
it's not yet a big problem unless
Oh,
it's a
that's good.
feature set.
That's
So,
good, yeah.
yeah.
From an indie standpoint.
Yeah. So we never worry about permits much. It's coming up for sure, but it's never hassle. And there's always something called jugaad. Jugaad means shortcut. Anyway, it's not exactly the same meaning, but
Right.
shortcuts are something which we always tend
Implement.
to do things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quality is amazing though. Kantara. I'm gonna watch that one.
Should.
Yeah.
Kantara is great.
Should we watch it in the theaters maybe?
Let's watch it right now.
Just cuts back. All right, we watched it, guys. No,
So
but
if you go to the videos of Kantara of a screening on theaters, you'll see a lot of people screaming and cheering
Yeah.
like any other Indian movie. But there are some videos where people are praying on the screen to the screen because Kantara is about a normal human being. He's he becomes a demigod, or he gets possessed.
gotcha. Yeah.
Is the story, but I'm not revealing the whole thing because I don't want to
Ruin it.
give
Yeah,
give
yeah.
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
No spoilers.
But-
Come on.
Yeah.
Govind. Buddy.
Sorry,
Filmmaking 101, man.
but the point is like Indians. There are a lot of traditional conservative people in India too. So for them, Katara was a very, very strong, very devotional kind of experience for them too. I've heard stories of people getting, in a trance mode while watching, like acting weird or possessed while watching the
That's
movie
the
too.
powers, man.
bro.
Yeah,
Audio visuals.
yeah,
But also, like, that goes back to the back in the day, when films first had color, films first had,
Sound.
CGI and stuff like that. Like, imagine the reactions back in the day when, like, you saw the first colored film, or like when you seen the first VFX, or like someone, like on a more horror vibe, someone like, transformed into a werewolf or just like got eaten or something. You're probably scared. Like even like Jaws, like a current,
Yeah, Jaws
like
was
imagine.
good.
I guarantee you, like during the time of Jaws, like after that film released, people were scared to go in the ocean.
Imagine
But,
being
like,
you living by the beach, you go watch it with your friends.
bro.
The plan is to go to the beach the next day. Are you getting in the water?
No, absolutely not. And then,
Jaws?
and then, ironically, they have a shark attack that same day. Just bro.
Energy.
that's that's the beauty of filmmaking. That's why we are all making films, right? Filmmaking is supposed to be immersive. If the film, you start the film, and right from the first minute, if you are not into the film, as it progress, maybe not the first minute, maybe after 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
But once you're, in the
Locked
film,
in.
you're suddenly in the world.
Right.
That world
like
is
that.
something
Yeah.
which makes us,
Dream.
to the movie, right?
Yeah.
I'm a hardcore Christopher Nolan fan. And whenever somebody asks me, like, what's your favorite genre, I always tell, like, I love all genres. I can watch, violence. I can watch comedy. I can watch animations. I can watch animes. I can watch any. But if they ask me, what kind of films do you want to make? I want to make immersive cinema.
Fully.
A movie where people is sitting, along with the characters, or something which maybe intelligent scripts or something like that. But immersive cinema is something which I want to make. It's not a theme, it's not a genre, I know that,
but it's an experience.
yeah.
So, you ever been to one of those theme parks, and they have the screen, and then the seats are kind of moving,
Like 4D kind of.
4D kind of.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to Universal Studios with one of my friends last month, and I was I've been to Universal years back in Singapore too.
Singapore.
Singapore has Universal Studios.
Oh wow.
And they have a show of a ride of Transformers. It's holographic projection, amazing ride. And there's also the Mummy.
The
ride.
Mummy tough. Yeah. The Mummy.
It's crazy too.
Scary.
Yeah.
And then there's also in Disney World, there's an Avatar ride. That one's cool too. It's like you're riding on like the like Banshee or whatever, and just like it's just the big old immersive screen. Yeah.
Wow.
They got the smells in there. They got the those.
That's tough.
But also on the topic of that, I don't know if it's the Las Vegas Sphere. It may just be another Sphere like theater, but this one theater has been going viral because they've been doing screenings, specifically The Wizard of Oz, in like this immersive, screening. Like it's the movie, but like above it and out is like, the extended screen, but also like during the tornado scenes and stuff, like they'll have like paper and trash flowing in the movie theater and stuff. I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but that's like the future.
Yeah. The future. Yeah, man. Let's talk about that now. Because, your background as an engineer allow you to see things differently, and we know that film isn't very old, it's maybe 2-3 generations ago.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more development that's going to happen. What are some of these changes that you'd like to see to increase the immersion or something, have you ever thought of innovating something as an engineer?
I feel that right now we are at a kind of saturation point because AI is already there for past couple of years, and filmmaking has got into the AI world too. Right now, if you see, there are a lot of film festivals which are popping up, like AI film festivals are popping up here and there, and there is a lot of vertical filmmaking happening right now. It's like a trend right now. Um, but there is also on the other side where this film conservation happening by various communities and organizations, where even Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, they are trying to protect. And if you see a lot of the movies which won Oscars recently, like Anora or Oppenheimer, they are all shot in film IMAX or normal film cameras, but they are trying to bring back the retro and vintage. It's not always about the technology, I believe. It's the story, it's the content. End of the day, it's a usual cliche statement, but I still believe that it's you don't have to. You can even shoot a film on iPhone 28 years later.
Right.
I shot a movie last few months back with one of an amazing friend of mine. It was a feature film which was shot both in India and US. It is getting released in November, but the movie was completely shot on iPhone. And while I had real fun, and I shot movies in Red V Raptor or Komodo. I'm a DP director. I'm a wannabe DP director probably, but I love gadgets and things
Fully.
like that,
Yeah,
rigging
Tech, yep.
cameras and everything. I love to learn how to operate on them. So whenever an opportunity comes up, I always grab it
Fully.
no matter what.
Make it work.
Yeah. And honestly, to tell you, like, I had really great experience shooting that movie in iPhone.
Oh, you're right.
More than a lot of movies which I shot on
bigger
film
cameras. Yeah. What were some of the advantages to the iPhone?
Oh, convenience. If you ask me, if I have the whole money in the world to shoot anything, and if you ask me, do you want perfection or quality, or do you want convenience? I would choose convenience because end of the day, definitely it is always about what the story demands. It's also about what all resources we have.
Right.
But the weight or the scalability or the flexibility is something which always we consider while shooting a film. So if you ask me what creator, the movie creator, what they did, they shot an FX30 and FX3 and FX6 cameras, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
What they did was really great. 28 years later, what they shot what they did was really great.
The iPhone,
Steven Soderbergh has done a movie on iPhone. A lot of filmmakers have shot, and all the Apple commercials, they're so great, and some of them are shot in iPhone too, right?
Music videos too.
True.
Yeah. So it's all about what story you have.
Yeah.
And
that's really it.
That is something which I admire about film schools, especially in IFA, from what we did. All the instructors, they never said you should shoot your movie only the cameras we give. When we were doing thesis, they teach you everything, and then in the end, we have the liberty to choose what we want. Yeah, that is something which I admire.
They may apply some pressure, but evidently you'll make that decision.
Talk about pressure.
Yep.
I know, a director who was forced, who was discouraged from shooting, in film because he was scared of going through X-ray machines of airport.
But that's a risk you got to take, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know about that, JP, right?
You gotta believe.
Yeah, for believe, man.
You gotta believe. But even on that, it's funny about, the whole iPhone talk too. Even, there's, I believed at NIFA they had either showed the film or had the director or someone come in, but Hardcore Henry, you heard about the movie?
Yeah.
The GoPro movie, shot in first, not only on a GoPro, but shot in first person.
Yeah.
Whole movie. You seen the movie? Mm-mm. Cool movie. It's like just old, I want to say like
It's a POV.
2010s or something. POV movie on GoPro. Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
How does it feel to watch a POV perspective?
Oh yeah. I
Feels
think
normal.
Yeah, it's like you take those considerations in a GoPro A and then B, like it's in the POV, but we still like, because the character development is so great and like the storyline is so great as well, like we're not checked out. And that's like another thing with film. It's like it could be a third person film, it could be a first person film, it could be a one shot, even like 1917 movie like that, one shot. It's like, as long as you're engaging your audience throughout the whole movie, to whatever, 90 minutes, 120, it's just about the engagement. It's about not losing them. Like you were mentioning, in the first 10 minutes. That's another good example. It's like, and that's another thing too. It's like, oh, let me watch this film first 10 minutes. That's probably like where you start to check in and say, okay, am I going to finish this or am I going to walk out of here?
Yeah. So
I'll give you an example. For example, Michael Bay. He's a great. I mean, there's a lot of lovers and haters for Michael Bay for his style of filmmaking. True. But I am hands down a fan of Transformers, the first part.
Yep.
It's what that movie did to the industry in terms of VFX, or the style of storytelling. It was cool at that point of time. Michael Bay's recent production. He was a producer for Bad Boys. The last one had a camera set up on top of the gun.
Yep.
And keeps on flipping, right? Right. That's a POV thing. And it is like Hardcore Henry, but you're seeing Will Smith and shooting, and you're also then seeing his POV, first person viewed. That is something which is cool about Hollywood, right? Yeah. That flexibility, creating new stuff. The options to create the R&D things from LA, from Hollywood, it is endless. Right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
F1, there are a lot of lovers and haters for that movie too. But the camera, I was part of the Academy Gold Rising.
I
was lucky.
Congratulations, party.
I'm just lucky. I've been honored. But one of the things which I had an opportunity to see the sneak peek of the behind the scenes of F1 last year, and they showed me the cameras. They were mounted on the Formula One cars. The way they have flipped, I was like, oh wow, this is so cool, right? And when you see the movie, those shots are like sick. That is something which, for sure, now people are gonna mimic them, those ideas and everything.
100%.
Yes.
But there are movies like Hardcore Henry, which came from another part of the world, but still inspires us even now. It works. That's filmmaking should not be from always. The best films are. I wouldn't say that all the best films in the world do not come from Hollywood, just because there's technology. A mature filmmaker would be always a global one, a person who watches all kinds of film.
Yeah, we're in a global world now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting because we have access to the whole world through
OTTs,
the internet.
Yeah.
But the internet isn't always presented to us as the whole world. Our IG is fixed around people who we know and who we want to see.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing somebody in India making an amazing film, for a budget that's in America. Yes, is that possible?
That's it. That's only going to feed like my main actors,
Yeah, that can't buy crafties. And them I say,
so
blockbuster.
That's the sad part of the internet, right? Like, I just showed you a couple of South Indian film trailers, and I would love to show more. But the point is, now that I showed you, your YouTube will be suggesting more South Indian content, right? it's the same thing.
Algorithm. Yep.
If the algorithm is a
Yeah.
problem, like
Yeah.
when Facebook or Orkut, I don't know if you guys know what Orkut.
No, what's
Argo?
that?
Orkut was the one of the oldest social
Media.
media. I used to be in Orkut. It was later acquired by Google before it got shut down.
You ever heard of this?
Orkut.
I know like MySpace and like Tumblr and stuff, but
Oh, you kids.
Email.
Vine. Hey, I was on Vine. All right.
So yeah, Wine, MySpace, and then
Yeah.
Facebook came, right?
Yep.
When it came, it was not about the algorithm was not about suggesting, oh, you saw this, now we are gonna suggest more on what you saw.
Gotcha.
It was about arranged based on the time or whatever it is. But now things are changing. If you search about mental health, if you search about depression,
They're
or,
gonna.
Well,
they're clocking that.
yeah.
we as FFC, we want to bridge the gap for filmmakers across the globe.
Yep.
Because imagine you can collaborate. You want to shoot something in the you have jungle where you come from, or
Yeah, yeah.
imagine the jungle of South India. Can call Govind, and Govind say, "All right, we can make that happen." You want to go to Jamaica, same thing. You want to go Santa Barbara, all of a sudden we're in 3 different locations in the world, and maybe we shoot on our iPhone, but it's going to look different because we're in this real environment and we're making something real with friends and family, and we're putting 110% into it. So I love that you said that the culture of filmmaking where you're from is all about community, because that's what is really important. And I'm sure on these major Hollywood productions that we all know and love, I'm sure the crew was like family as well, in their own respect. And in anything that's great, no man one man is an island, but you need a team for filmmaking, and it's a service business. So if people are willing to give the 110%, then you're going to get something great,
Yep.
Sure. So I just had to add one point to that. So for example, there was a movie called Indiran or Robo, which was shot in 2010, and it was a very high budget film, and it was a blockbuster hit at that point of time. It is the lead actor of the movie is Rajinikanth. Everybody knows Rajinikanth in India. That movie had Mary Watt as the costume designer, and Mary Watt is somebody who worked in Terminator. And Hollywood and Indian film collaborations has been there for a very long time, for 1 or 2, very less number of films for a long time. It's just that it doesn't get noticed in Hollywood because of the disparity in money and everything. But I feel that bridge is getting, closer. India and China, for example, is getting better economically, and over the time things will definitely get better. So what I feel is that this is my dream. I want to make stories which is based on migration, immigration, and a couple of academy panels which I was fortunate to attend. Most of the producers, they are telling the future of storytelling in Hollywood is about telling stories of different cultures and communities, instead of sticking to same thing. I have been imbibed in my mind that Superman is white, right? But the next generation, for their superhero, might be Black Panther, right? There might be an idea of, there might be a time when Black Superman or Black James Bond will come, right?
Facts. The James Bond one is up for grabs right now, eh?
Yeah.
Isn't it up for grabs?
I seen even the idea of like a woman too, right?
Really? No.
Yeah.
Oh, James? She named James?
Jamie's from I don't know.
I
Jamie
don't
Bond.
know.
Maybe. But that's a great point. I think that's even what film is all about, and what that needs is like, you know, you can stick to, you don't have to stick to any specific script. It can be whatever you create, and the beauty of that is what you end up creating and what you end up
It's like
presenting to the world.
yeah, it's like when I was in school, I used to write everything down on notebooks. You know, I used to use ink pens and ballpoint pens and pencils to write everything. And then when I was in college, I used to write, but then we were like, we started looking for answers through Google. Right now, my young niece, she has an tablet with her in her school.
Yeah.
The time when they are born, they already, for them, mobile phones or tablets are already part of their life.
Yep.
Yeah.
For us, it came into
Yeah.
it came
Midway.
in between. It's like it's a curious technology, right? In the same way, filmmaking and stories, for example. For us, if somebody introduces an African American or South American Superman, there will be a lot of backlash from the millennials or people older than that.
Who knew it one way?
But for the new, it was like, oh, it's a cool movie, it was fun, and then it keeps growing. That's what studios are trying to make it future-proof. Not just studios, and filmmakers, they want to change the whole narrative, the whole stories, and rely on cultural stories and make stories adaptable to communities.
Right. Okay. More specific. Yeah. I'm sure you. So Bollywood. Break down what Bollywood is, and is Bollywood? Are there different like sub markets under Bollywood? For example, Hindi you mentioned, and then where you're from is a different market because it's in a different language.
First things first, I gotta say, Bollywood is a very colonialized name for Hindi film industry. If you talk to a lot of filmmakers and actors from the industry, they hate the word Bollywood.
Oh, really?
Because it's like making them secondary to Hollywood. So we always call them as Hollywood. We always call them as Hindi film industry. And Hollywood is Hollywood for sure. There was a beautiful golden era of Hindi film industry while I was growing up. Probably, I would say something between 2006 to 2016 was my favorite time of Hindi film industry, where stories were so good. The technology was getting better, and it was very professional. All the people who used to work from the south, who in Hindi film industry, they used to brag in the interviews about how slating is done, how call sheets are there, how they stick to their
structure,
timeline. Yeah, the structure. Whereas I know that I've heard that there was even recently there was a web series in my state where there was no clapboard. They wanted to save time and take more shots. They was like, this is the clapboard, right?
Nice.
They don't care about slates,
Right.
and and if you tell that to anyone here, they are like, how can you shoot
They would
something
freak out. They
without?
pass out.
How can you shoot something
pass
without
out.
slate, right?
It's not sunk up. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I was shooting my movie in iPhone, we were not doing
yeah.
slating, right?
I don't think any like back. I don't think.
You have to be adaptable. You
Yeah,
have to be adaptable. There are cases when slates is important. There are
Yeah,
cases when
sure.
you just need a clap sync.
Yeah. Just like for the pod.
We're all professionals here. I mean,
But something, we kind of brush past in the intro of talking, your film, The Caregiver. I mean, I think it's definitely time to get into that. But, interesting fact about that, people, I was nice enough to participate in the proof of concept for it. And mind you, I was playing the kid.
how old was the kid?
Like what, 12?
yep.
Something
I
like
mean,
So, obviously,
we didn't mention the age for sure.
Yeah, but I mean,
We were trying to make us you were like a special kid.
yeah.
But that was fun shoot for sure.
No, it was fun. It was, and then obviously, because at the time it was like we had did it for one of our classes.
Yeah, Arthur's.
Arthur's class.
Yeah.
And then we had actually shot it for the proof of concept. That was great. And then seeing the final product.
Oh,
Killed it.
there's a I would definitely there's a lot of people who loved even that proof of concept.
Oh wow! Nice.
Yeah.
I put it publicly. Made is on on YouTube already. It was part of my crowdfunding for the caregiver.
That's right. It was yep.
Crowdfunding video, but Made is already there on YouTube. So there are a lot of people who even like the Made for the idea. And that gave me confidence to shoot the caregiver.
Nice.
Kadima the caregiver, and that movie it was produced by my wife, and it has been. I thought of making that movie as a completely shot on iPhone.
Oh.
The whole movie is about a video call, right? But the point of my main reason for filming that movie is because my father, the stories told by him was an inspiration. My father is a lawyer, but he is also part of a labor organization called BMS in India. And he used to tell a lot of stories about work abuse happening in India and developing countries, especially when they go to developed countries. This was a inspiration for me to do the story of the caregiver, because this is all about a maid being ill-treated, and she's trying to escape from that wretched haunting place. And that's the whole story. But I am super happy that I made that story. A lot of people, they really appreciated it, and I'm very thankful to Naifa for helping me in a lot of terms about shaping the script to criticizing every instructors, every person. You guys were as classmates.
Fully.
Everybody were helping me become a better filmmaker. And the process, I really enjoyed it.
That's amazing, man.
And it, I just want to, give an announcement if I can. So,
Yes.
There's a very popular film festival called Awareness Film Festival, and they are screening this film on October 25th on 2 p.m. at Illusion of Magic in Santa Monica. So if you guys...
Save the date.
Yeah. If you guys get a chance, please do.
Nice. A month from today.
Please, you are all invited.
Here that goes.
That is it.
So something to completely take a shift, not a full shift, but outside of film, what are things that inspire you, that you gain inspiration from? It could be, we talk a lot about, journaling, sports, going for a walk, these kind of things that, it doesn't have to be anything creative. It's just something that gets you in the right peace of mind, because filmmakers, we go through a lot of stuff. We're dealing with all that. So something to take a load off. What does that look like?
It keeps on shifting for me. When I was a kid, when I was a very small kid, I used to love reading all the mythologies, comics from India. I used to hate thick books with only lines,
Yeah.
I always was a visual picture
need a
person,
picture too.
right?
Same,
But when I was in my 6th grade, that was the first time my dad bought me a computer. I still remember. It's a Intel Celeron 333 megahertz PC. And I still remember, the Windows 98 music, the intro music.
The load up.
Yeah. But I used to be fascinated by gadgets and the technology. I learned C++ when I was in 6th grade, I learned assembling computers when I was in ninth.
Nice.
I used to learn Microsoft stuff and everything in 10th and 12th. When it came to engineering, that's when I was inclined to photography.
Oh,
I still love photography. I still do photography even on iPhone or whatever cameras I can grab. Photography is
sure,
something.
Me
Before I
too.
came to before I came to film school, the last thing which I was really in love, thanks to one of my close friends, was scuba diving.
Yep. Nice.
Really?
If you want to enjoy Avatar more, try
do it in real life.
doing a snorkeling or scuba diving and see the world,
Yeah.
because the whole planet, the Earth, most of it is covered by oceans, right?
Yep. That's on. Yep.
And that is an unexplored, still an unexplored heaven.
Around
Right.
like 15% or not even that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So scuba diving changed my mind.
The
And
ocean?
yeah, imagine going on a boat where you have a very huge storm,
Yeah.
strong waves and everything, and once you go down with your cylinders, and then you jump into the sea, and then suddenly there's a calm. That is an amazing feeling. And what if you see a shipwreck down?
Or buried
That is
treasure.
another thing.
Yeah, please.
Something.
Try
Yeah.
scuba diving. It's
We need the treasure.
yeah, it's a great thing to try.
Oh yeah.
It's very soothing. You get a beautiful feeling.
Scuba.
Yeah.
Scuba
So
diving.
with back to film, out of all things, given in filmmaking, why did you, or what was your interest in, director of photography, DPing, being behind the camera? Where did that start?
Oh, DPing is something which I used to do a lot of videography back in India. In India, for me, the accessibility to cinema cameras was very none to zero. Because, for example, when I was shooting my thesis film, when I was renting out the lens, there are 3 people coming along with it. Whereas when you go to, when we went to NIFA,
Yeah.
we just have to sign a paper and we
Walk
can check
away
out
with
Hand over the red
the
Komodo.
CB2s, right? For that is something which I am very thankful about Hollywood, because
Yeah, true.
I lived my whole time in Burbank, and going to places like Addy or Zeiss is like 1 or 2 miles away. That's it. And I used to seize all the opportunities to work with cameras and learn stuff about it.
Love that.
Academy helped me a lot and pushed me a lot to become confident about it.
Nice.
And a lot of student filmmakers, they were really gracious to give me chance to opportunities to shoot their films. But how it came is all about it's like, for me, cameras are like, I love rigging cameras. I still am very amateur in focus pulling compared to a lot of people out there. I'm still learning stuff on cameras, but I love rigging stuff. I love
Yeah.
building stuff. It's like
Legos.
in my perspective.
Building an art.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's good, man.
that is something which brought me to DPing.
Love that.
Yeah.
Tell us about the academy program.
Oh, Academy program is one of the greatest things happened from NIFA. I'm eternally thankful to Barbara Weintraub. She was a driving force and a very supportive person for making this happen. When I came to NIFA, right in the first semester, this program was already like looking for applicants, and I applied, and then I realized that due to the the visa status issues or NIFA's policies, we are not supposed to apply the first year. But because of that, I applied again, and that time they remembered me, and I was so lucky to get selected to it.
Nice.
So lot of filmmakers, like even way better than me, applied, and some of them got selected, most of them didn't get selected. But then that doesn't change the fact that they are still amazing
Yeah.
filmmakers.
Right.
But there were like 8,000 plus applicants,
Wow.
if I'm correct, and out of that, only 86%.
Ooh.
86
That number,
people
that
were
ratio
selected
is crazy.
in 2024, and I was super lucky to be one of them. Any filmmakers out there who are graduating or just graduated, I would definitely ask them to try. This is one of the best ever internships you would see in the entire Hollywood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think like
Academy Gold Rising.
yeah.
Academy Gold Rising.
I think even stuff like that, clubs, just anything outside of school, film school, right? To be specific, but
Yeah.
school to be more broad. That's I feel like what filmmakers and students should really focus on and capture is like those moments outside of school. Like everything connections, like you what you build outside of that is what you end up building outside of school. It's like those mixers you go to, those clubs you join, the bar you go with your homies, like stuff like that.
Get outside.
Yeah, get acclimated, like start talking to people, because they even say this at NIFA, like the people in your class are going to be the people you work with, and to an extent, it is true. I mean, look at us, like look at us still chopping it up.
That is it.
But
I'm a person who thinks like I'm not an extrovert at all. I would say I'm somewhere in the middle of intro. I'm an ambivert. But there's a lot of great filmmakers who are still introverts, and
yep,
networking mixers are sometimes really hard for people to crack.
oh
Yeah,
yep,
And
100%.
there are a lot of personalities to deal with, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Trust me, there are a lot of people in film school itself. I had to deal with multiple personalities in my class. Imagine you go to network mixers and you don't know the person who are smiling is actually like a nice person or not,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
I would say, if from my experience, film festivals are way better
oh
than networking mixers, because that's where the conversations make sense.
Right. It's
If you get an
aligned.
option or opportunity to get into a film festival or go for a film festival or at least volunteer, that's when you meet filmmakers. That's when you see creativity, that's when you meet talent, that's when you meet people who are hungry about films, right?
Facts.
I would definitely tell everyone to go for. This is a very common thing about all the people who has been there. Something which I learned after film school is by volunteering for a lot of film festivals, and I realized that there's a whole different world out there who's really, really serious about filmmaking.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a passing cloud for them.
yep.
Yeah. Film festivals.
As we near the end here, we want to talk about kind of leaving a legacy, and we want to obviously what me and JP are building here with Forever Film Crew. Something we speak highly on, and what we talk about is the word forever, and what that means. And to you, what does that mean?
Forever means, for me, a beautiful story, an evergreen story. No matter what, it becomes a cult classic, or it becomes a classic if there's a lot of conviction. So again, film is something which makes us, I'm a person who has watched, what was the recent film which released
Weapons. Superman. Yeah.
I'm a person who was lucky to watch Weapons, and I'm a person who has also watched Charlie Chaplin film. And how old is it? Laurel Hardy and Charlie Chaplin.
Yep.
for a boy who was watching Jackie Chan films
Mm-hmm.
or something like that as a child, and watching Charlie Chaplin just because his dad bought that cassette, VHS tape, VCR, we call it VCR in India. I was fortunate to watch, and I still believe there's a lot of evergreen, amazing comedy in these Charlie Chaplin movies. You all should still watch it.
Yep.
And when Charlie Chaplin made it, did he think that a guy who's living in 2025 would talk about it? All right, that is forever.
Yeah, it wasn't even the
That's
conversation.
forever.
Yeah, he didn't make a 3D technology or something like that at that point
Right.
in time. It's
There was no
it's
sound.
never the technology.
It's black and white.
It's the story, right?
It's deep.
But
that's
it's
for
creative and it's
creativity.
entertaining.
Yeah.
That is it.
But
Well,
one thing we like to do before we close with every guest
Yep.
is we like to do something called blind ranking. You ever heard of that?
No, I'm.
Blind ranking. So basically, we give you a topic or a list of things, and 1 through 5, you have to blind rank it without knowing what comes next. For example, movies, right? Let's say you say Avatar. All right, 1 through 5, 3. Okay, and then next I say Jaws. Okay, well now I can't put it 3, so maybe 2. So forth,
I'm
so
gonna
forth.
suck at it, but yeah, I'll
Right?
try.
So, and this one, got to cater it to cameras a little bit. So we're gonna do cameras.
Okay.
So 1 through 5, 1 being the best, the best, 5 being the worst.
1 is the best, 5 is the worst. Okay.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Starting off with Sony Venice.
3.
Okay. 3. Not bad. Next we got Ariflex 16mm 416.
I just had a chance to use it once, so I would just say 3 again.
Each.
So 3 is already taken. So it has to be 1 through 5, right? So now that 3 is taken,
Oh, okay.
it would have to be 2, 4, 5, or 1.
Oh, that's a hard thing. Like I would, if I vote 2, everybody's gonna hate me for that.
So Sony Venice 3, Ariflex 16mm.
Yeah, I would say 2 because it's 16 millimeter.
Yep.
It's not 65 or it's not IMAX.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Next we got the Red Komodo.
I love Red Komodo for one of the movies I shot. So 4.
Okay, 4. Not bad. Next, classic Arri Alexa.
5. Hands down.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
No
Why?
hesitation.
I just shot it once for a recent project, a student project, and I had the opportunity to work with that camera in multiple sets for the one of the companies which I'm working right now. The midtones, the highlight roll off, the closeness to the real tone of the human bodies. It is amazing and airy, and that camera is so. This is something which all the cinematographers know, but for me, what attracted the most is the simplicity of its interface.
Oh, yeah?
It's very easy as a film camera to operate. There's not a lot of buttons compared to Sony cameras. Not a lot of things like that. It's very intuitive. That's why I love Arri. Above Red, 5 out of 5
Yep.
for that. Yeah.
Huh. All right. And then for your number 1 spot, you saved the IMAX 9802.
Do I have 6? No.
No, that's it. What do you think about your list? What would you change?
I would keep. The only reason why I would just give 1 for IMAX is because of the expense and inaccessibility. IMAX is still not used in any single Indian film yet. All the movies which are shown on IMAX right now are digitally converted to IMAX. So for that reason, for that limited access, yeah, I just have a problem with that.
You take an iPhone.
Yeah, any
iPhone will
day.
do number one instead.
I don't
iPhone
want
is
the
over there,
iMax.
yeah.
I'll take the iPhone
Yup.
Max, or is it the Pro?
The Air now.
Air, yeah.
But Govind, again, thank you so much for joining us and chopping it up, all things film.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be one of the 100 episodes of
Oh yeah.
this amazing podcast.
Yep.
When it started, I was like, what are you guys gonna do? And I was like, a very tiny little bit skeptical, but I was like really positive about, okay, you guys are, I know your guys' energy, so I'm 100% sure you guys would rock it for sure.
Yeah.
But I was curious about what the content is, but it's, I gotta say, it's every content you put out is interesting. Definitely
Love that.
interesting.
Love to hear
Respect, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Respect from my end too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, JP Walker.
Yes, sir.
Govind.
Film forever.